As I began to write this speech, I thought about the ways to grab a listener's attention. Perhaps a quote, an interesting fact, or a funny story. In that moment, I was struck with the realization that I have been ruined. In fact, every member of this class has. When I first came to FCS and heard people talk about how eventually I would be ruined, I admittedly rolled my eyes. I did not understand how English, literature, history, or even math could change the way I looked at the world. While it can sometimes be annoying when watching a show and all you see is the way that Aristotle's ethos, logos, and pathos is being utilized, the education received at FCS is a great blessing. This blessing would not have been possible without the help of several people. First, I believe I can speak on part of my whole class when I say thank you, parents. Not a single one of us would be able to walk across this stage without you and everything you have done for us. Each of you are the ones who got us through the late nights, projects, impossible exams, and math problems that don't make sense no matter how long we stare at them. Parents, you are the reason we are here, and we are eternally grateful. Secondly, teachers, thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. I like to think that you were given children who are already super fantastic, but you built upon the already laid foundation and made us into the young adults you see before you today. It is so clear to your students that you love what you do. From your sharing of life skills, to the random rabbit trails that lead to discussions of Bigfoot, the fact that female dwarves do have beards, or the legitimacy of haunted houses. It is safe to say we have all learned copious amounts in each of your classes. Thirdly, I would like to thank Dr. Grant. Thank you for taking the time to teach us. Thank you for having the vision, listening to your wife, and starting FCS. Thank you for teaching us how to slay the dragon and leave a legacy forward. Albert Einstein once said, "There are two ways to live your life, as though nothing is a miracle, or as though everything is a miracle." To the casual observer, the ruining process that has taken place over the past few years will appear like a perfectly ordinary high school experience. But to each parent, faculty member, and student, we will know that a providential miracle took place. When I look out at my fellow classmates, I see 18 people who will leave legacies and slay the dragon. God has amazing plans for each and every one of us. For the past 4 years, we have all been on the island of FCS, surrounded by life-smoothing waters. Today, we stand on the island bank, ready to plunge into the waters that will lead to our future. The well-worn path ahead of us leads to the deep waters of life that every generation before us has navigated. But, unique to each of us is the divine tributary God has planned. Regardless of the specific paths we may take, I know that we will end up in the deep waters of God's kingdom. No matter where life takes you, I hope that our time together at FCS continues to shape and impact your life.